Okay, let's look at the homework 2.7, 2.8, number 7. Right, so what we want to do is find the equations of the tangent lines to the graph of this equation at 7, 7 and 7, negative 7. Right, so let's do that. Alright, so first we're gonna go ahead and take the derivative so that we can find the slope. So this is, we're gonna take the derivative with respect to x. Right, take the derivative of y squared is going to be 2y times dy over dx. Right, is equal to, right, then right hand side is a quotient, so we're going to use the quotient rule. So we're going to have a big quotient. Right, square the bottom, which is quantity 14 minus x squared. Right, derivative of the top is simply 3x squared times the bottom, which is 14 minus x, minus top guy, which is x cubed, times the derivative of the bottom, which is negative 1. Right, and clean up a little bit, we'll get, right, so the same denominator, quantity 14 minus x squared. Right, so looks like x squared is in common, so x squared here and here x squared. I'm gonna just circle it here so that I know that there's another x. So I'm gonna pull out x squared here. Right, then you will have, what's left is 3 times 14, so that's going to be 4 times 3 is 12, right, and 3 times 1 is 3, so it's going to be 42, right, and 3 times negative x would be negative 3x, right, and then you have, let's say, negative negative, so negative 1 times negative, so that's going to turn into positive, so you have another x, so it's plus x. Right, clean it up a little further, we can get, let's see, so it's 42 here, and that's going to be negative 2x. So I'm going to pull out 2 as well. So 2 is in front, x squared is there, right? So 42, pull out 2, so it's going to be 21, right? Minus 2x, but the 2 is pulled out, so it's just going to be x. Then denominator is stays the same, quantity negative 14 minus x squared. All right, then we can isolate the dy over dx by simply dividing through by 2y. All right, so we get dy over dx is equal to, all right, so you can see that the 2 and 2 cancel out, so you just have to divide by y. So you have x squared times quantity 21 minus x, right, all over, right, quantity 14 minus x squared, and I forgot to put y, so it's going to be divided by y. Alright, so we found the derivative. So let's find the equation of the tangent line at 7, 7. Alright. Alright, so we need to find again two things as always. Right, first thing is the point, so I'm gonna call it x1, y1 as usual. right? And which is just a 7, 7, right? That's easy, right? 2. And we need to find the slope m. This is going to be equal to, right? So we plug in 7 there, so it's going to be 7 squared, right? 21 minus 7, so it's going to be times 14, right? Over, right? Y is 7, right? So it's 7 minus 7, so it's going to be 7 and squared, right? So you can see that it's a 7 squared, 7 squared cancel out, and 7 and 14 cancel out, so there's going to be 2 left on top, so the slope is going to be 2, right? So the equation of the tangent line is going to be y minus y1, which is 7, right? Maybe I should circle that, so that's y1 is equal to, right, slope m, so that's 2, times quantity x minus x1, which is 7 again. All right, I'm going to go ahead and distribute 2 to x to get 2x, and distribute 2 to negative 7 to get negative 14. Right? Then we can simply add 7 to both sides to eliminate this negative 7. So y is by itself, right? So you have a 2x, right? Negative 14 plus 7 is negative 7. Right? So that's the first tangent line. So let's type that in. Right? So it's going to be 2x minus 7. Right? So let's do the second one. All right, so we're going to look at, try to find the tangent line at 7, negative 7, right? So we just basically have to do the same thing, right? First point, x1, y1, right? I'm using the same notation, but it's not very confusing, so I'm going to just do that. So 7, negative 7, so that's given. And 2, slope m is going to be, right? So we just have to plug in those values into the dy over dx. So x squared, so it's going to be 7 squared times 21 minus 7, so it's 14 again, so exactly the same as before, right? So y is negative 7, so I have negative 7 here, times 14 minus 7, so again 7 squared, so it's 7 squared, right? Just like before, 7 square on top, 7 square on the bottom, cancel each other out, and negative 7 on the bottom, 14, so that's going to be negative 2 left, right? So the slope is negative 2. All right, so we can find the equation. Y minus y1 is negative 7, so it's going to be plus 7 is equal to m, slope is negative 2, times quantity x minus x1 is 7, so put 7 there. All right, multiply out, negative 2 times x is negative 2x, right? Negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14, right? So we can simply subtract 7 from both sides to isolate y. So it's going to be negative 2x, right? Plus 14 minus 7, so plus 7, right? So let's type that in. Right? It's negative 2x plus 7. All right, then we need to use a graphing utility. I'm going to use GeoGebra to graph the equation and the tangent lines. All right, so let's do that. Okay, original equation is y squared equals x cubed over 14 minus x. I'm going to multiply both sides of by quantity 14 minus x. So the equation becomes y squared quantity 14 minus x, right, is equal to x cubed, right? Right, then hit enter. Alright, so we have a picture. Maybe I should get a little slightly better picture. So move this picture a bit. Alright, so we have that. And maybe we should step back a bit. So zoom out. Right. Alright, so maybe you can see that a little bit better. Alright, then alright. Then we're gonna just put tangent line. So let's type in the tangent line. And the first one was y equals 2x minus 7. Right? Type that in. Right. The second one is y equals negative 2x plus 7. Right? So type that in. Right? Then the points were 7 comma 7. Oops, so 7 comma 7, right? So that's the first point of tangency, and also 7 comma negative 7. So that's the second point of tangency, right? Looks pretty good. All right, let's go back and choose the right graphs, right? All right. So looks like first two isn't gonna be the right one. And the third one is no, because this is not even a tangent line. Right, looks like this one is probably the best one, so that's going to be the right one. Right, so let's check the answer. So hit submit for testing. All right, it came back. First tangent line is correct, then second tangent line is correct, and we picked the correct graphs as well. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.